Hello, good afternoon to you. Welcome to the Business News here on Midday Live. My name is Alfred Okanti. Let's go on to our first story this afternoon. The current pricing window, which expires at midnight today, has seen some oil marketing companies reduce pump prices by about 2%. Second fuel pricing window for the month of July 2016 under the National Petroleum Authority regulations under the Pricing Deregulation Program is set to kickstart in the next couple of hours. Now, the past 2 weeks has seen world market indexes drop from $49 a barrel to the current levels of $44.75 a barrel, representing some 10.2%. Now, this is not only significantly substantial and also must be immediately reflected on the pump prices. Now, the city has within the same period recorded some stability, though losing marginally against the dollar to trade at 3 cities and 94 pesos. These two indexes definitely have a higher bearing on pump prices and must reflect at the pumps in the next pricing window without the usual delay when prices have had to go down at the pumps. For this reason, the Chamber of Petroleum Consumers is pushing for the reduction of fuel prices at the pumps by at least 7%. Let's find out more. Executive Secretary of the Chamber, Duncan Amo, is joining me on the telephone. Duncan, if you can hear me, good afternoon to you. Now, do you think there's enough justification why there should be a reduction in the fuel prices at the pumps?
Thank you, Parker. In fact, there is certainly more than enough justification for fuel prices to come down at the local pumps here in Ghana. And it is premised on two quick reasons. Under deregulation, you factor in the cost of the product itself, which is the FOB, or how much you're actually buying it from wherever we are buying it, the international market. So again, the international prices become very critical in arriving at local pump prices. The source of the product, where you're picking the product from and how much you're paying for it, definitely will translate to how much you sell it locally. And fortunately for the Ghanaian, as we speak today, you would realize that fuel prices have moved on the world market downwards and in significant proportions. As we speak, world price indexes continue to hover around $44 a barrel, and that clearly from the $49-50 a barrel region to 44 is quite significant and should reflect locally. Indeed, some are asking, why don't we see these reductions immediately we enter a pricing window? It has always been the case where if prices are going up, and sometimes we put out there clearly prices to go up, you would find most of these petroleum service providers within a matter of hours, if not a day or two, adjusting pump prices upward. But when it has to come down, like you rightly indicated, sometimes there is a feet dragging, and they don't exactly do so till about a week later. We are prompting and suggesting that this window, we shouldn't see similar or same action. We want to see prices come down at the start of the window so that we would all have confidence in a system called deregulation that is treating all of us fairly. Anything other than that, it would amount to fleecing of the Ghanaian unjustifiably, as I have indicated earlier.
Well, the prices of the crude oil, a barrel on the world market has been a ding-dong affair where sometime last week it was about $48.5, $49. Now we are talking about $44.5, $45. A lot of factors account for the ding-dong reduction and upward adjustment so far on the world market. For example, 2.5 million barrels was reduced per the U.S. stock of oil. We also have the Nigerian situation impacting. We know that some 5 oil wells were destroyed by ISIS in Iraq, and all that have an impact. These are temporal reasons. So why would you, on the basis of this, would it be enough to ask for a reduction with what's happening on the world market, even though it's very, very unpredictable?
Yes, you are right. The world market remains very volatile, and indeed it is quite difficult for anyone to predict a month on from now what would happen on the world market. But what the system in Ghana has come to accept is averages within a week, a bi-weekly window. Every 2 weeks, as in within a month, twice within a month, prices are reviewed, and prices are not reviewed looking at the future market. They are reviewed looking at numbers currently prevailing on the world market. If you take over the past 2 weeks, the averages usually have been around $46.43 a barrel. It moves up to 48, it comes down to 45, it goes to 44,
Absolutely.
It goes to 46. But clearly, averagely, if you are looking at it that way, still there's been some significant reductions from the $50 mark to the current 44, 45, even 46 region. We should see a significant reduction in Ghanaian petroleum pricing situation. But again, let me be quick to add that
very quickly.
The situation on the world market, which has seen an injection of additional 600,000 barrels a day daily, and that's accounting for why the drop currently, and it's likely it would even drop further in the next 1 or 2 weeks, because there's still a glut on the world market. We are, I mean, getting much more supplies than the world actually demands, and that will continue to push prices downwards on the world market index as far as projections are concerned. So clearly, there shouldn't be an excuse for the Ghanaians at this point
not to be paying more. Thank you. Thank you so much, Duncan Amwa. He is the Executive Secretary of the Petroleum Consumers Chamber there. That's it for business.